very warm greetings for the day. I am Nishat Thakkar from Decode Cafe. Welcome to our podcast series on MLH Fellowship. So basically, joining us on our today is Mansi Mishra. Mansi recently completed the MLH Prep Fellowship in 2022. She also participated in Microsoft Engage program at 2022 as a mentee and now is starting to software engineering internship at Microsoft. Mansi, would you like to introduce ourselves?
Yeah, thanks, Nisa. I'm a third year CSE student, and as he told, I am a upcoming summer intern at Microsoft. I have been MLH fellow for November batch last year, and today I'm here to share my experience with you all and the best way you can apply for the same. Thank you.
That's great. So, let's start with the MLH fellowship. What for you is what do you mean by MLH fellowship, and what are the eligibility criteria to apply for the MLH fellowship?
Okay, the MLH Fellowship is an annual fellowship of MLH organization. It is a global organization which organizes its events and hackathon for students around the globe. You can apply for the fellowship program. You can say it is a paid and unpaid. There are two types of program, and the eligibility for program is you must be 18 years old for the joining this program, and must be graduated or must be enrolled in any undergraduate program, and you must have proficiency in at least one programming language. You can apply for that.
Yeah, can you describe the type of program offered by the MLH? Like which type of fellowship is there available?
Okay. There are two types of fellowship. First one is the prep fellowship, and the another one is full fellowship. The prep fellowship is a 3 week program, and in the prep fellowship, you will not get any kind of a stipend. It is just an introduction of computer science for the beginner who want to start their career. They can join the prep fellowship program as an introduction, the real world experience, I can say. And the full fellowship is 12-week program with a stipend. You will be getting a high amount of stipend for working with the companies and the organization. In the prep fellowship, you won't get any mentor. You will get only a pod leader who will take care of all your contribution to the project. And in the full fellowship, you will get mentors and the training as well for working in a project.
That's great. You how do you know how do you get to know about this MLH fellowship? Like you were a student.
Yeah, yeah. I got to know about this from the MLH in it. It was its hackathon, actually, MLH. I participated in it, and in which it was one session in which they share about this initiative.
Yeah, info about the session. Like how
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. So now let's move to the quick main part
Yeah.
of the portion, like what is the application process, like of how to apply the application process, what the things we need to submit while applying application form. I was when I participated in application. There are so many things they ask, like the project, the motivation, and some essays, like motivation essays. So
Yeah,
what are the
yeah.
things we need to prepare for?
Okay. So there are only four essays which are mostly important for your application. The first question I can see is why do you want to become an MLH fellow? So in this question, they just want to know your passion for contributing to the fellowship program and how much you can devote yourself to contributing the project completely, and the time you committed. Are you able to committed the 30 hours per week? This is the most the question will be same in your interview as well, that how you can contribute, and just in this part of why do you want to become, just write about all of your community work and open source program you are involved in. And if you have not done any, just try to engage yourself in the open source program and the community work, so you can write the things you have done, so they will get some kind of you can see there you are already doing the open source work, so you can contribute to the fellowship program. So just write your open source contribution here, and the community work, and why you just write it on your own words, why you want to become an MLH fellow, how you will be going to benefit from this program, what are your expectations, and yeah, just write down this in the this question. And the second question is And like what perspective and experience will you bring to the fellowship to strengthen their community? In this question, they are asking you to show your talent, in which basically how your talent is going to, I mean, this is strengthen the MLH Fellowship organization. In this part, you have to meet all of their requirements. Like if you are just having the skills related to the project, so mention it. I can devote, I can definitely manage my time and contribute my as much as I can possible with the project. And the diversity, and in this section they mentioned the diverse community. So write about how you are, means
Are
just
you able to meet new people and all the things? Excited to
yeah.
meet new people.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
how you will be, going to connect, build your professional network with
Yeah.
them. It's global fellowship. You will be get to know so many people from different countries. So it's really a great opportunity. Just write about everything that you are excited to work with them and meet with them. And after these two questions, the main part is the code sample you have to submit for the project. The code sample must not be any Jupyter notebook, or it must have at least interface that, and if it is deployed, then it's expected for your application. They can see your work on somewhere directly. They don't even have to go through the codes. Just make README effective. Attach every screenshot in the README, and you can, means just suppose I can, for the essay, like for example, if you are giving the ML project, then write which algorithm you are using in your project, what kind of model you have used, and if you are using any pre-built model, or you have uh, training your model, then write the steps from where you are collecting your data set, and everything you did and the library you have used in your project, just mention it in your essay. And your project must be something like it is solving some problem, not like you have just created simple a website and submitted it to the firm. Just try to think about some problems that it can solve. And thing, there was also that what you have learned from this project. So try to write like you have added this feature with the help of any technology something. So you have to write like I have learned using this technology that how I can use this feature to solve the problem in my project. This kind of things must be written in the code sample. And don't use highly complex word, just grammar must be correct and your own words must be in the essay. So the application definitely can be shortlisted.
That's a great answer. Like you described every question in detail.
Yeah.
So after submit all the after submitting all the details in the form, like what is the process? Like my essay will be reviewed, and after reviewing, what will be the process?
Okay, the your in the first week your essay will be reviewed, and you will get back to they will get back to you within a 1 week for your first interview. In the first interview, they will ask questions related to your eligibility and the passion. The question was mentioned in the application as well, that why you want to become an MLS fellow. They just want to know that why you want to join. So the first interview will be only 9 to 10 minutes interview, and then the second interview, it's a technical interview. You have to walk through your code that you have submitted in the application, and just they can ask you to describe this function, what is it is doing in the project, what is the importance of this part of project. And they can ask you some comparison question, like what you why you didn't use this technology and using this technology. This kind of questions can be asked in the interview as well. And both the interviews are only for 15 minutes. You don't need to be panic. You can easily clear.
That's great. Like a first one is like a HR type interview, right? A
Yeah,
motive
yeah.
they are motivation. They ask you about the motivation.
I can
Yeah.
motivation interview.
And second is technical stuff, all the
Technical.
things. And they
Yeah.
ask question only from the code based, like the project that I have
Yeah.
submitted, not other.
No, nothing else. They can ask from the technology you used. and nothing outside that.
So, can I ask what was your project and what was the your tech stack that you applied for the
Yeah, sure.
MLH?
The project I was submitted is the ML project, and I used built-in model for that. So I explained the algorithm and each of the single Python libraries I used for which purpose I'm using it. It was a desktop application as well. So and in the README, I submitted some PPTs and the document which is related to my project. So this was it.
That's great. That's great. So I've seen people from my university like they apply project like they create great project. No, there is no doubt in creating great project, but they apply GitHub right in one pull request. So what are the best practices to submit a good project? What
A
should be
good.
needed to like?
Yeah, if you are submitting any group project and
Yeah,
your contribution is mentioned in the GitHub, then try to mention this in your essays as well, that you are submitting a group project, not try to make it your personal project and you have to make one or two PRs. So it will have negative impact on the reviewers who are reviewing that. They can see more than one or two contributors in the project. So how you can, means you need to mention, don't try to hide anything, just you mention it's a group project. We worked with the pull request and this was my task and I have did it properly with the help of this technologies. And you can mention it during the building this project we also learn how to work in a team, know how to manage time, and if you are submitting any hackathon projects, then also you can mention it on your essay that you have built it during this hackathon as well.
second part question is like what tech stack we need to use while applying. Like I've seen my friend which applied for the Android project, he was able to clear both interview, but I think there is no project provided by the Android project provided by the MLH fellowship. So which tech stack one should use to apply?
The tech stack, I can see in the fellowship application there are three tracks only.
Yeah,
The first one is software engineering track, and the second one is Web3, and the third is site reliability engineering. So, and they ask application. In the application, they mentioned that fellows can submit the Android project, but in the next process they don't find the same. Yeah, that's the problem. I think. Sometimes they reject it because I feel it when I got accepted. It was my third time I applied for the fellowship. The first time I got totally rejected. The second time I got waitlisted. The second time when I was interviewed was for full fellowship. I was directly applying for full fellowship, which I think the judges give more consideration to those have done prep fellowship because they have seen their work already. So I think for full fellowship they consider the prep fellows rather than the normal guy who is
preference
just,
will be given to the prep fellows.
yeah, that's I feel. So I first applied for prep fellowship and then I will try for full fellowship. That may be the problem at the project mismatch. I don't think any issues. You just select all the times which are comfortable to you. Maximum. In my case,
Maximum time zone.
yeah, because they are giving the reasons that they don't have time or time mismatch according to our we submitted in the form, and pod leaders also. So just try to select two to more three technologies, not only single technology. It will help them to join.
That's very great answer. Thank you.
Mhm.
uh, like you describe your whole application, like what was your experience to be MLH prep fellow? Like what did you learn? Did you learn anything new? And yeah,
It was really great experience for me. The first one is the professional networking. The fellows are really amazing. They are from different countries, and we have to do one-on-one meetings with each of the fellows, so we can know them personally. That how they are doing in their journey, how they are getting internship and all. So it's really great, and pod leader was also really supportive. She understand if we have conflicts with the meeting and or lectures. She definitely helps us that you can just write a mail to them, and she will take care of our attendance. and she also solves our merge conflicts in the meetings as well. So yeah, that's really amazing that they are really supportive.
That's great. Uh, Last and final question: like, what will we give? What will be the tips you will give to first year or just a new year, new student that starting their college?
Yeah, and the tips I can say the essay is the great part, big part of your application. So try to make it your own. Just do not copy it from anywhere and try to write simple words. They can understand if you are writing the complex word, then they can easily find you that you are not writing it your own words. Try to write simple words, and they ask a portfolio, resume, GitHub, and LinkedIn, the four things, but you can mark it as unnecessary by yourself. Just try to give all those things in your application, and yeah,
Just
this
be
can,
honest. Just
yeah,
be honest
be
and try.
honest.
Don't you say I.